Well, I have been covering U.S.-Mexico relations for over 20 years as a foreign correspondent from different Mexican media, print media and electronic media. And I always been very intrigued by the ambassadors, because in Mexico, the U.S. ambassador is such a dominant figure, and it's very often taken as granted, and people know little about this personality or this person. And I was curious to hear their side of the story. What it turned out to be is the book is like an oral history of the last 34 years, starting 1977 to 2011. I interview 8 ambassadors, and it's quite fascinating to hear what they have to say about their role, how they influence and shape the relationship with Mexico, the U.S. relationship with Mexico, and also how they dealt with Mexico, the Mexican government, in different situations, very crucial situations in the last 34 years, being NAFTA, the negotiation of the free trade agreement, a turning point. So that's how it got started. But I think the event that finally prompted me to start the research, which was supported by, or better to say sponsored by the Mexican Institute of the Woodrow Wilson Center, is the abrupt way that Ambassador Pascual had to, the way he had to resign in 2011 after the WikiLeaks diplomatic cables were leaked. And that caused a real uproar in the relationship between Mexico and the United States. And they just remind you that despite NAFTA and despite all the well-intended rhetoric about shared responsibility and a new era in the relationship, there's still a lot of resentment and mistrust, particularly from the Mexican side to the United States, as shown by the case of Ambassador Pascual, who I also interviewed for the book.